All right, this is the watch list for October 26th, which will be a Monday. This thing was over 33 bucks EROS. I don't know what, about 6, 7, maybe 8 sessions ago, and it's just fallen off a cliff here. But it moves nicely when it moves. It's even in this, amidst this fall, and we've had some nice bounce plays in it. I've gone out pretty far here to show you it had some support right below 14. It really had a nice bounce there, a little above 14 here. So anytime I find a stock on the daily chart that's way away from the moving averages and nearing support, I definitely want to start looking in that area for a bounce. So EROS goes on bounce watch for Monday. DKS, which is Dick's Sporting Goods, you had the same scenario here. You had almost straight down for a week, a little bear flag, and then another few days straight down, hitting the area where it's bounced nicely off of. You have to go pretty far back. This was August 2014, and then this was October of 2014. So we're going back, quite a long time. But anytime, again, away from the moving average like this, it's a good candidate for a bounce. WDC, again, part of the same theme, just pretty much straight down, looking for maybe a bounce off the late September area here where it bounced off of before. So if we can start off like with some selling at the open, I'll certainly be watching this area. As a matter of fact, it is never a bad idea to just throw a line on your chart. So then if you're watching this on like a 5-minute chart on Monday, you'll have that line still there, and it'll kind of be a reminder, hey, this is an area I want to watch. All right, so that's WDC. WWE. This one had a nice little volume for this stock anyway, kind of a high volume little breakout over recent highs. On Friday, I want to look for a red to green. You can tell it's kind of broken a trend line, a little trend line here. Somewhere in here, probably broke the trend line, consolidated for a while, and starting to head higher. It gave back some of its afternoon gains on Friday, but I still want to watch this for a red to green and potential long for the next few days going forward. RJET. This thing's really found support and is starting to curl back up. So and a really big spike here on volume. So it's put in pretty narrow ranges on any given day for a long time. But we get back up through 6. This one they might start getting excited about again. So that's RJET. VTL. You had a really nice 3-day move here, and I kind of forgot about it, and a nice bounce on Friday. So I'll be looking for a red to green or something on Monday, because you have potential catalyst if it gets through Friday's high, which was 740, which would be up here. It might make a run to this 789, from the initial highs here from a couple weeks ago, and then and if you get through that, you're into the gap. So you have potential stacked catalysts, and again, knowing that Friday's high was 740, this one might trade in a narrow range between 690 and 710 for the first 2 hours, okay? And then I'll love it because over 710, and this is hypothetical, I understand. I'm just giving you an example of a stacked catalyst play. And then if you have that and then you hit 711, you break, in other words, like a 2-hour range on Monday, that if it gets, 741 is another potential catalyst, right? Because that would be a break of Friday's high, and then you have another catalyst here, potential catalyst, I should say, of 789 and so on. So I try to find scenarios where if it breaks certain intraday resistance, you have a couple other dominoes that might fall pretty quickly, for lack of a better way of putting it. So anyway, VTL goes on watch after saying all that. And then Under Armour, you know what? I was watching this. This is UA. I was watching this for a bounce on Friday and took my eyes off it. It looks like it had a pretty nice bounce, which takes some of the excitement from me as far as playing this as a bounce play. This is a former Wall Street darling, and really beaten up here over the last couple of days. I mean, I wish it would have closed near the lows, maybe run down on Monday to the 200-day. Would have looked for a reversal. So I like it less than I would have if it hadn't already given up a nice bounce on Friday. But that's the list I'm going to start with. Hopefully we'll find some nice gappers in the room, in the chat room as well, in the pre-market to watch for trades on Monday. And as always, the group is fantastic at finding potential intraday reversals. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to everybody on Monday.